Now, if you're a parent who has a big social media presence, it's never a good thing to post a picture of your baby because there's always going to be some weirdo who comments something inappropriate. Whether they're serious or joking, there are people who have no shame when it comes to someone's child. Now, if they're just ugly, I can't help that your child looks like a piece of chewed up gum. Maybe they'll grow out of it. But I was on Twitter yesterday and I saw this exact tweet saying, "My daughter literally said the N-word. I am so proud of her," and for some reason, I didn't care. I was like, okay, cool, you got a racist baby. Let me know when she shoots an unarmed black man and then we'll talk. I even take a screenshot of the next tweet that I saw of this with the stats of the baby video in the same screenshot. But then I wake up this morning and apparently this was posted by someone who shouldn't be making these kind of jokes. I'm gonna play the video for you, and don't worry, this video isn't the baby being fucking articulate. It's how a baby would say it. It's honestly just noises that you could say was the N-word. Now, apparently the girl who posted this, Isabella Moody, isn't someone who is, like, she's a political person. I hate politics, so she could be a doctor for all I care, but she is someone who puts out content related to politics and whatnot. She is also a far-right YouTuber, which in my experience of just being a spectator, just means you hate black people. And no, I'm not just talking shit, I am, but this is a rare instance where I'm not for this instance.
By the way, I'm a 10. 10 out of 10 racist right here.
Now, what's hilarious about this whole thing is that this article says that her husband posted the video first and only got around 30,000 views. But then when she posted it, it said it got 6 million views, but the screenshot I have says 13 million. And on top of that, both of them deleted their accounts after this went viral. Now, what really made this worse than it actually is the fact that she put, "I am so proud of her." Hearing your daughter say the N-word is one thing, but you're proud of that? Were you teaching that to her? Were you literally just around her saying the N-word until she finally said it and you're like, "Just like I taught you." She's like, finally, her first word. That baby said a series of sounds that this racist instantly took as the N-word. She even tweeted out, according to this article, replying to someone saying, "You're just mad that I'm not a miserable parent like your mother and father, if you had one. Using quotations around your insults is dumb as fuck." But I didn't know being a blatant racist was part of not being miserable. I think you trying to defend yourself for being proud of your baby saying a racial slur is pretty miserable. I don't know many people that can be in that situation that are happy. Her husband, though, is just as bad as her too. Not just for posting the video first, but he said, "Do you want insane Twitter growth? Have your babbling baby at 6 months say something close to redacted." I'm assuming it's just the N-word. He also said the family made $4.52 off X ad revenue before deleting their accounts. Well then, it's not insane Twitter growth if you have to delete your accounts. There's nothing to grow off of. Imagine potentially ruining your career for $4.52. You can't even get the 5 for 5 at Wendy's with that. And of course, because this went viral, people who have no business being involved in this open their mouths. So someone responded to the video by saying, "This baby is fucking ugly. Long ass head needs to be punted like a football." And this guy, who you guys would know from being the guy who caught EDP with a cupcake only to get exposed himself for talking to minors, is like, "This grown ass man beefing with an infant. You were about to have sex with someone who was close to being an infant, right? That's why you can be found on the public sex offender registry, right?" I like how he's completely ignoring the bigger problem that the reply was directed at. Yeah, the lady who's a proud racist isn't the problem. It's the guy who has a problem with her proud racism. Someone even said that, saying, "Yeah, ignore the mom who posted the video," and he's like, "I don't know how to break this to you, but the baby didn't actually say anything. The baby made a noise like all babies do." Oh, really? Is that what happened? See, I was over here thinking a baby developed a hatred for something he can't even comprehend. Fuck. Good thing you told me it was just noises, because I would have thought that I would have took this baby to the NAACP and but if that's what you're saying, if you're saying babies just make noises, I won't do that. This dumb fuck is like, "This baby's not actually saying the N-word. Babies can't talk." But then someone replies with, "Hey, sex offender, I'm talking about the mom." And he's like, "What exactly would you like to be done about an edgy joke being posted on Twitter? Does that post make you want to pun an infant's head too? Probably not." This dude doesn't even acknowledge the mom's behavior or the context of the post either. He just expressed his desire to hurt an infant, and that was the post. What context are you talking about? It's not like they were like, "Well, the baby had just finished watching American History X." She just said that. She said strictly because she thought it was going to be funny. Saying you want to punt a baby's head like a football is always going to be funnier than someone who says they're proud of being racist. And it's not just that, but she also talks about her baby in the most disgusting way imaginable. So if you go to her Instagram, which is... she just took it down. As of today, here's a screenshot I took at 7 a.m. and then here by 10 a.m. it was wiped clean, and you can tell because the bio is still up. But you can see in her bio it says link to Zerka interview, and of course, out of all the people she had to interview for this, it was him. But about 25 minutes in, after talking about her baby for a couple minutes, apparently her husband texts her this, and here's what he says.
But that's like right, they worship him. They throw their fist up to him. By the way, my husband's texting me, and he said that he wanted me to tell you that we will have our daughter ready for you as a virgin.
Imagine watching your wife do a podcast and they're talking about your child and you're like, I wonder how I can make this sexual. Hey babe, tell Zerka that we're gonna make sure our daughter is a virgin up until she's 18 for him. Little joke for the podcast. And of course he thinks that's funny because in the back of his mind he thinks they're serious. The conversation then turns into if her daughter's going to go to school or not, and she's like, nope, she's never going to school. She's gonna be homeschooled, which is perfectly fine. A lot of kids get homeschooled nowadays. But just listen to what she says her husband wants to do with her daughter because she's being homeschooled.
I mean, she'll still get the proper education, but we're also saying, like, my husband was saying the other day, how cool would it be? Because we're discussing if we want to have her sleep in the room with us or in a nursery. And he's like, no, I don't want her exposed to TV because how cool would it be if she gets married one day and she's never seen a TV show, but her husband gets to show her like all of his favorite TV shows, all of his favorite movies, and she just loves it. And because, men want an unexperienced woman.
Yes. And it's funny when you say that on podcasts, they start calling you like a groomer and shit,
First off, you can say that anywhere and they would still call you a groomer, not just on a podcast. And second, who the fuck even thinks of something like that? Not letting your child see TV at all until they're married? That's how you raise a child who fucking hates you. Like, I get not watching TV, but what is she gonna do? Have a flip phone? Are you guys never gonna let her go outside the house or have friends? Because it's 2024. The moment she steps outside, she's going to be exposed to whatever you're hiding from her. Like, that's actually impossible to do unless you never let your kid outside their room. Because what if she walks in on her mom doing a podcast and sees all this equipment and she's like, dude, what the fuck is this? I thought we were still... I'm using pencil and paper over here. You have me writing on stone. I'm chiseling on stone, Mom. What, you got a computer? When that happens, that's when the kid starts sneaking away to watch videos secretly and eventually realizes that you've been lying to them about everything, and then they grow up to kill you. I don't know what it's called, but there's a documentary on Netflix that explains this situation perfectly. But yeah, guys, these two are some of the worst parents out there. I'm not going to get into how she was allegedly 23 and her husband was 15 when they met, because I can't really find a lot of information on that. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.